Hey guys, welcome to Pure Podcast. Today I'm going to give you kind of like a little real talk of what's been going on in my life. I don't like to share too much, but I feel like this is important and somebody out there can use the same information and help themselves through maybe something that they're going through. So we're going to take an excerpt from this book, Tomer Devorah, which I try to read every day. It's actually known as, if you keep it in your house and you read it, it protects you from cancer. This is a big book, big deal. It's not just some tiny little promise. It's very Kabbalistic in nature. It's sometimes hard to grasp the concepts. Having said that, after reading it for about 7 months, some concepts have etched themselves into my brain. Every day I read another one and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm trying to relearn and reintegrate it. So there's this concept that in order to emulate God, which is what this book teaches us, to emulate his attributes, one of the things is someone should not seek honor. And if given to him, he should run from it. Okay, that sounds kind of obvious. Then it takes it a step further, and it says that if somebody is embarrassed in public or dishonored, you should actually desire that. Okay? If something in your life triggers you and you get upset, or somebody says something to you, you should actually desire that. That is a cleansing of your soul, a rectification, a tikkun. Okay, fine. So I remember a while ago I was on Instagram. I had posted something. I was running a trauma retreat, and an old business associate reached out to me and she said something horrible, nasty to me, that I was running this trauma retreat. She just went off at me. And the feeling that I had was so painful. It almost felt like if you had told me that someone had physically cut me and I was bleeding out. I was so hurt by this. And then one of my friends, I told her, because she's very big on Instagram, and I was like, oh, can you believe what this person did? And she was like, Ayala, this lady is sitting behind a computer, has no outlet, and she's letting it out on you. And she helped me understand how to feel about that. Okay, fine. So the other day, I was watching a TV show with my husband. And as the show started, I realized that there was going to be some themes that were going to come up that were just so traumatic for me. Things that I have experienced in my life. And I was going to have to sit there for the full 45 minutes and watch this episode and relive these traumas. And I remember what I read earlier in that day. It said somebody should desire these triggers to be embarrassed. You should desire those feelings. Why? Because they're a rectification for your soul. It's an opportunity for you to get cleansed without actually getting really damaged, God forbid. And even says death, says severe illness. You should wish that people come to you, trigger you, embarrass you in public, and say horrible things and hurt you, because instead of what could actually be, you get a rectification, a cleansing, a tikkun. You got triggered, embarrassed, and hurt. Those are big things. They're not little, but for what they could be, if you had to choose, would I rather be triggered and cry and feel stress and trauma, or have, God forbid, a severe illness or death, lose tons of money, or horrible other things happen to you? It's like, yep, I choose that one. I choose that one. So I'm sitting and watching this show, and I'm like, oh, and I feel it all in my body. I feel like my chest, and I really feel it in like my center of my stomach. And I'm just like, oh my God, I could turn off this TV show. I could, and watch something else. But I was like, my husband wanted to watch this. I was interested in what's happening in this series. And I was like, okay, this is an opportunity. So I was like, I talked to Hashem and I said, Hashem, this is a cleansing for my soul. Accept this with love. I am actually desiring this, because if you were to send me anything else, if I were to choose, I would choose this. And when I was in that moment, I started feeling like really softness and gratitude. There was no tears. I just started feeling really peaceful. And I was like, this is a great place to pray from. I'm experiencing punishment, tikkun, rectification. This is some soul contract that I have to go through and pay for a speeding ticket, you want to call it. And now in this moment of acceptance, I can actually pray to God and say, God, you see me. I'm going through this suffering with love. And because I'm coming to you from a place of acceptance, I need to come to you with some prayers. and I needed some things from him, and I asked him for him. And it was such an amazing place to pray from a place of acceptance at the same time, being triggered at the same time. Like it was wild. It was absolutely amazing. So this is an amazing concept inside of Tomer Devorah. I highly recommend everyone keep it in their house and read it. If you need a free copy, please reach out to me. I do donate them and send them out to people who would like a copy. Doesn't matter if you can afford one or you can't. I send those out. So please reach out to me through Instagram at Pure Podcast Official, or leave a comment here on Spotify, Apple, YouTube. But if you are in a place that you do feel triggered and you feel that trauma response and somebody's saying something to you, or you're having to be in a situation where all those emotions and those traumas are bubbling up to the surface, look at them and say, wow, if I could choose between the feelings, the emotions, and something physically bad happening to me, God forbid, I am accepting this with love. This is so painful, but that's why I'm accepting it. God, you are so kind that you're not hurting me through another means. You're not physically making somebody hurt me. You're not taking something away. You're not hurting the people that I love in my family. You know, I'm strong enough to hold this, and I will. I'm going to accept it with love, and I'm going to pray from a place of asking you for compassion while I sit here accepting the suffering that you answer my prayers. So that's a really powerful place to be. And I hope that you can find those triggers that are happening in your life where you can feel grateful that God is flushing out the pipes, cleansing you without hurting you in a way that you can't recover.